Alright, so today is July 29th, 2024. I've been working on just keeping my levels quite simple and straight to the point, looking for areas where price actually reverse due to buying or selling. Right, and then basically using the Nashi to find those levels and playing off the extremes of the Nashi, and then looking for channel breaks for entries, like here with a nice push down, a push up, and then a channel break. So could have entered around here, and then this one here just probably just basically waited until price came down. Um, at the around the 3 o'clock, we did get that nice push down. This did look good on the 15-minute chart, where we had a hammer an inverted hammer candle. Let me bring that up. We also had an inverted hammer candle here, so showing signs of rejection. But because we tested this area once and twice, I'm gonna forego this area a little bit. Maybe if we go a little bit higher and push down, I might look for it to enter, but I'm gonna look more for the buy side because we've been holding these highs. We haven't been strongly rejecting like we did here when we first touched it, and then here we kind of like rejected a little bit, but price stayed up. So these are my buying levels from the Nashi. As you can see, this is where price tries to move up higher. Um, yeah, so we'll see. I'll keep an eye on this, but this is where I prefer to enter for my longs. I'm not gonna be very short bias yet. Probably not short bias at all. I'll be more long bias unless we get above. I'll look for a retest and continuation for a long, or if we come back and reject, then I'll look for a short back down. That's pretty much it for ES. I'm also going to add the value area highs and lows in a bit, and go from there. So I'm going to do NQ. NQ is very similar. No major difference really. I'm going to add that level that I just added here because it should be pretty similar to ES. Looks like we're right here with it. NQ does have some higher grinds to go to. So this is my level for NQ to buy at. I don't have any strong selling pressure up here until we get up here for NQ. We do have a psychological number here at 1400, 19400 I mean. So I'll add the psychological number. Look like we kind of respected it somewhat, sort of, maybe. No, we're kind of like above it. No, not above it yet. It looked like we kind of respected it. So I'll add that. And okay. So there we go. And then I know I'm not doing the I'll do the value areas high and low just to see where they fall, but it was just too much information on my charts. I'm working on just reducing that. I will continue using the initial balance at 10 to 1030 because it still works pretty well. Value area high and low, they do work. They were helping me find my volume location when I first started using them, but now I feel like I don't too much need them as much. I just feel like it's just too much information on my charts, and I'm really liking the Nashi levels with the volume. So I'll see where they fall to see if I'm respecting any of them. All right, so we do have a major hard one right here. This level right there. We have this here that coincides with the highs. So this coincides with this value area. So we might get a push down. So I'll keep an eye on it. For that one, that's for NQ. Let's do ES. With ES, we bounced. No, we don't. We're not even seeing any of that yet. So with ES, we have a level here that coincides greatly with, nicely with my level, point of control, value area high. So I'm pretty feeling confident with my levels a little bit more so, because they're like basically essentially in that same area. So I'm not going to clutter my screens with all of those indicators. And I'm just going to focus on just how volume reacts based on what I've been able to read. We can go to, we have no news today. No major news, so we'll close that out. We do have earnings for this one, for AMD and Microsoft, or tech stocks, for Meta, Apple, Amazon, Intel, Coinbase. So a lot of major earnings from Tuesday to Thursday. These are McDonald's, the longer term earnings, just for holding for the accounts. PayPal might be something interesting. So we do have some earnings coming up. That's enough of that. Let's go into our settlement prices. I'm also gonna forego my ADR levels. I also feel like I have too much information on there. 5533. Where is that? 5533, which is like right around here, kind of like where we are right now. 5461. 5461 is like right around here. Alright, so, but I think would go a little lower to this level here, so I'm gonna, so I'm going to keep that the way it is. Let me fix this and put it back the way it was. More likely not going to use this. Probably going to use my regular standard setup. So that's it for that. Let's look what settlement price looks like. Settlement price right down here. Yep. Okay. I'm gonna forego it. I'm not gonna keep it. All right. So those are essentially my levels that I have. Let's go into VIX. I didn't do this with VIX. Let's do it with VIX. Let's see what VIX. I should have back tested VIX. I didn't get a chance to back test VIX during the weekend. Let's see how VIX matches up with what I've been looking at. So if I'm going backwards, I'm looking for sales. I have a sell here, but it's a doji. I don't like it. I have a sell here. I like that one. I have a sell here. It's a doji. I don't too much like it. I have a sell here, and I have a sell up here. All right. So if we're doing all this major selling, I don't too much like the doji ones. So if I'm gonna use them, I usually use the whole entire thing. All right, I could use just like the bottom half, but then what about the top half? So I can use the entire thing and see how price reacts. I like this one. here. Right, we came to it, but this is like a major doji. This came up to right the body of that. Right, and then we sold off. Right, we had buying, buying, buying. This one would be the more prominent one to deal with, because we had buying, buying, and then the sell-off actually happened at that candle. And then we have buying here, we have selling here again. So I could mark this we sold off 30, and then buying wise I don't have anything. I have this candle, I have this down here. This would be the more major area. So this might not work with VIX. Yeah, it may not work with VIX. I might have to focus on I don't know yet. Alright, so this strong selling was way down here, that's too low. I like this selling, I really like that one. It's huge candle. Probably came into that one, so maybe I have to deal with the bodies. No, still came to the wick. Off. Yep, still came to the wick. Right, came to the wick. Well, came to the wick. Alright, this one also came to the body of it. So in a sense they look like they're working. Alright, here, but see, can't work exactly to it. And this one here, not yet. It's a tick. Alright, so put a line right here so I can separate that noise. Alright, so if we go to a standard chart, we can see we're dealing with that. Boom, touch, touch, touch. Alright, so we're dealing with this. Now what if price goes below this 15.5 level? Do I have anything where it shows buying initiated price movement? I would say this here. Alright, but I'm gonna have to focus more on what ES gives me and VIX as a aid. We had buying here. It's kind of tough. Very tough to read this room. Alright, so never really came down to it. Okay, so we work with that. So right now this is on the downtrend, and ES is on the uptrend. So that's that for that. I'm basically done. I'm not going to stress myself out with the levels too much. Like I said, I already have my levels set. Yeah, I'm not gonna focus on that. I've been back testing, so I'm gonna look on look for what I've been seeing in the back test. I need a 15-minute wick at the level, and then I'll look for my entries at that level. So looks like we're trying to reject again. So how do I make this easy for me to see? Well, this should be my 15-minute. This would be purple. Go. So yeah, so that would have been an entry. Even if it's for a little bit, that would have been an entry. I like this wick. Get rid of all the indicators. Get rid of all the indicators here. Let me get rid of those. Okay, up to there we go. Wow, looks like a nice sell-off happening. Get rid of the indicators over here. Go. Alright, so yeah, so this would have been a nice trade. So we went a little deeper into that level. Went a little deeper into that level. Not too deep, but still deep enough. That price is selling off. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm looking for my buys down here. So this is my first level of entry of interest. We have about 30 minutes before the market opens. I'm gonna quickly make something to eat, and then go from there. But looking for these wicks right at our levels on the 15-minute, and then stop loss right above here is the goal. So this one here, let's say that the entry was here at 530, so probably would have bought here or sold there. Stop loss about here, so right now would be aiming to go to our 2-1. I would have moved my stop loss about here now, and then just waiting for price to come down to this 55.10 level. And that's essentially it. So pretty simple, pretty to the point. I don't want to really use levels that's been used already, but if we go further into it and reject, may be interested in them. I like the strong volume that came in, and then we had that rejection. So keeping it simple and to the point, and then going from there. So that's that. Be back later in the evening. Oh my goodness, what a sell-off. Be back later in the evening for a review of my levels and